I don't. Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, hi. Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. I hope everybody is doing great today. We're a tad bit late, Ann and I, but we're here because we had a few things that we needed to catch up on before we went online. So, um, we are a little bit late, but that's all right.
Always.
I know. But it's only like a few minutes, right? And that kind of gives everybody time to come and settle in and, come hang out. So I do not have my iPad up, so I am not checking. And I see that you
I'm
are.
checking.
Okay.
I don't
All
see
right.
us, but I'm
So
checking.
let's start throwing out some info for you guys. Okay, so as I said, welcome to Bella Crafts Live. My name is Lisa Rojas, and this is my business partner and a really super duper good friend. We've known each other for many years. Yeah, we are not going to say
Many to
that.
count.
Yeah, no counting, no counting. But we own Bella Crafts Publishing. Bella Crafts Publishing, we put out a free digital craft magazine that comes out 4 times a year. So spring will be out probably in the next few weeks or so, maybe beginning of April. So look forward to that. It is
Here we are.
absolutely free, you guys. There's no, if you're joining us for the first time, there's absolutely no strings, anything. You go to the website, you put in your email address, and you're good to go. Then every time a new issue comes out, it'll go right into your inbox, and that's it. That's it. We don't bombard with tons of emails because Anna and I don't like a lot of emails, so we don't have a tendency to do that. So no worries about that. And we definitely do not ever sell our mailing list. So
Nope.
for those
We
of you
only send out crafty goodness.
exactly, which is, maybe once a week we'll send
Maybe
something
6
out.
times a month.
Yeah, maybe, there we go. About 6 times a month. So yeah, so make sure that you sign up for the magazine. Let's see. What else? Oh, and it's going to put all the links in that we're talking about. She'll put them in once I get ready to start my project. Okay. Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
Yes. Crafty
Are you going to be
goodness.
at NAMTA this week? Just asking her.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. So I think I have done my spiel. I have a little wiener over here that is laying on my recliner and she's whining. So just ignore her because, she'll be quiet sometime. So
She
just
wants some
ignore her.
love and she's not getting it.
Yeah, yeah. And she's mad because my husband's at the grocery store. So
Hey, Helen.
oh yes. Okay, so Debbie is going.
Okay. I will see you Saturday.
Nice. Okay. So do you want to talk about Bellicon?
So for those of you that haven't heard, we are having an event.
Yeah.
Bellicon 2024. Last year we had 8 instructors and I think about 16 hours of classes. And this year we have 16 instructors plus a few surprises and 24 hours or 24 different classes. So it's more than 24 hours. Some of them are longer than an hour. So I will put a link in here. You guys can check it out. And the swag is in my studio. It's in my hallway. It's in my front room, my porch, not my living room. And it's at my son's house. So the swag is coming. And even if you sign up and the swag is no longer available, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of door prizes that we'll be giving away. I just talked with the manufacturer this morning. He's giving away 2 $50 gift certificates. So
Yeah.
lots of goodness to be had.
I know, fun, right?
All
Yeah,
sorts of fun.
it
We'll talk
is.
more
Yeah,
after Lisa's live if people want to know more.
yeah, so exciting. Okay, so today is all about Sizzix. So
It
we
is.
are working with Sizzix today. I'm very excited because Ann and I both love Sizzix. We've been working with them for, we're not going to say just, we've been working with them for a few years now. So, we're not going to say how many, but a few. So yeah, so we're excited to share this tool with you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, I think it's been out about maybe a year,
Yep. I think it
maybe.
came out last year. Yep.
Yeah. So it's an awesome tool. I know that I have showed you guys once before how to stencil with it. And I'm going to show you how to do both today. How to stemple. Oh, there goes my mouth. How to stamp and stencil with the tool. So it's an awesome tool, and I can't wait to show you guys how it works. So what we're going to be making today is this. Now I know, okay, those of you that follow us, I know that I have done a lot of sunflowers lately. I know I have. I see your face, and I can still see it. But this is the only stamp that I had that could show you how to use the tool. So, I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to do it in like super bright colors like I normally would. So I kind of did it in a vintage.
It
And
is.
it is so cool. I've got Anne's stencil right here that I'm using. I have Eileen's really cool. Where is it? Over here. Her really cool embossing folder, which I absolutely love. And then, of course, the stamp and just lots of fun. There's a little tag in there that you can, put a little note in or whatever. And then I really like this frame down here. And then, of course, we also, had to add my little easel in the back. There we
See?
go. This easel is going to be in my workshop kits. Yes, I am promoting my workshop for BuildCon. So this is going to be in there. I love this die. Love it. So, and what I really like too, see for this one, I put Velcro on the back.
Fun.
Exactly, right? Because then if you send it to somebody, you can just take it apart to mail it, and then they've got something to stand it on.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and it sits really nice, on your table or, wherever. And it's just very, very cool. So I absolutely love it. So can't wait to start with Sizzix. My mouth is just going to not work today. So I think, are we ready to, hi, Becca and Deborah. Hello, hello, hello. And Helen, hi. Okay, also, before I forget, you guys, and I did forget while I see, I'm not awake yet. Okay. So Sizzix is doing the giveaway. So if you want to get in on the giveaway, which we will be announcing next week, you need to like, share, and comment my video here. And also, when Anne does her video at 2 p.m. Central Time, okay, we want you guys to come back for that one too. She's going to show you the Sizzix tool also. So, like, share, and comment both of our videos, hashtag Bella Crafts. And please, 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 if you haven't done so already, head over to Sizzix Facebook page and give them a like also. Anne and I say it all the time. We love our sponsors. Couldn't do what we do without them, so absolutely, love them. So we want you guys to love them also. Yes. So, yeah, so they'll continue to work with us. So I think, did I cover everything?
You covered enough.
I covered enough, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just rock and roll then, and get this business started.
So
All
while
right,
she's putting her camera down,
that's
I
what
will
I'm
answer
doing.
a couple questions. Deborah, thank you for watching
Okay.
on both streams. We are only streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. We aren't streaming on Instagram or anywhere else, but thank you so much. And also to remind you guys, I will be live at 2 o'clock Central Time. And I will also be showing this tool, but I'll be showing a technique that you can do with this tool. So
Yeah,
Lisa's ready.
fun, fun, fun. All right. So before we get started, let me show you real quick what we're working with today. Okay, so this is the stamp set that I'm using to show you how to do it. I know I've got that glare from my light, but that can't be helped. If I shut it off, you won't be able to see anything. So this is the stamp set that I used. And it's in different layers. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And of course, this is one of my favorite stencils, designed by Miss Ann herself, through Stencil Girl. So we're going to use that. I absolutely love that stencil. And I also used this die right here from Sizzix, Tim Holtz die. And then, of course, Eileen's embossing folder. If you guys haven't seen this, it is so, so cool. And I cannot wait to show you guys how to use it. It's just, I mean, just to show you guys, it's just really, really cool. All right. So I think I got all of it covered. So now we're going to start with the tool. Okay, now because we're working with the short table for me, because I have limited space here, the tool comes, okay, it's really, really long. So I'm going to turn it this way just so you guys can see how big it is. Okay. My mat, I think, is 16 inches. So that will show you how big this is. It's an awesome surface to work with. I changed my pad out, which I'll show you here in just a second, because mine was really dirty. So I wanted you guys to be able to see a clean pad. All right. And then these are all of the goodies that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to pull all of this out. Okay. So to start, okay, what you're going to need is some brown cardstock. This is a 5x6. And then a lighter brown. This is, what is this one? I can't remember. It's a 1/4 of an inch shorter. So there you go. Okay, so you're going to need those. And then I don't know if you guys can probably see that. Yeah, see where I distress the sides of the paper. And then, of course, I use this Sizzix tool to distress the edges. If you guys don't have one of these, they are so cool. It also has another tip on the end. This one is for jewelry to pick up gems and whatnot. So a cool tool. You'll need to check that out too if you're going to go visit Sizzix. All right, so let's start first with stenciling, okay? We'll start that first. So I'm going to take my lid off here of my little tool. All right, and this is what I was talking about. So I'm going to pull this cover off. And it does come with this. So, and this is the release paper. You really want to hang on to this, because when you're done using your tool, then you can lay it back down and keep it protected so it doesn't pick up every single, particle that's around in your room. Okay, so you want to hang on to that. Now, for this, because I'm using a stencil, And this is what it looks like. And it's got these different slots in it, which allow you to put your stencil wherever it is that you need it. If you have a really small stencil, you're just going to do it right here, then it's right there. And I'll show you how to attach it in a second. Or if you have something really big, then you can attach your stencil here and you have all of this area. Okay, so for that, I'm just going to put down there. Now, this is stencil adapter, and this has got some sticky on it also. So this is perfect for if you have other stencils that you're using that may not be Sizzix. This is to help you use other stencils because Sizzix has theirs right that fit right onto the tool. Okay, so they have this adapter that you can put on there, and then you can lay your stencil down, and you have got everything that you need right there to get started. Okay, so let me move that out of the way for now. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of paper. This is 4 1/4, 5.5, A2 size. And I am just going to stick it under here. And as I said, this is really, really sticky. And especially now because it's new. It was a new liner. I had to order new liners because mine was so nasty from using it. I didn't want to show you guys how bad it looked. So I was sweating, hoping that I was going to be able to get it in time. So, yeah, so that's why it's all nice and clean and pretty. All right, so lay my paper down, and then I'm going to attach my stencil right there. Okay, and then the rest of it is going to go over here on the edges. So now your stencil is nice and firmly placed, and you don't got to worry about it. Okay, so now, of course, I'm using all of my Gina K inks today for this project. We're using 6 different colors. Do not worry about the size and the colors and, wanting to know what is what, because I do a blog post every Sunday. This project will be on the blog. It will have step-by-step photos and instructions, and it will have a list of all of the tools that I'm using with names and sizes and all of that. Okay, so to start with, we're going to take our Gina K ink here, and this is just really cool. I'm just doing something just very simple by laying some color onto my stencil here. All right, so I've got it laying down there nice, and then I'm just going to start adding my ink. Okay, now also, if you guys haven't seen these brushes are from Pink and Maine. They were very kind to Anne and I to give us a few of these so we can use them in our work, and absolutely love, love, love. They come with this housing unit that when you're done, you snap it in and it's out of your way. But you make sure you clean it first. All right, so I'm just adding a little bit of color here to the stencil, nothing fancy. But as you can see, my stencil is not moving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this up. And put that ink to the side. And then we are going to lift. And then there you see. See how beautifully that transferred over. I just love that. Love it. Didn't move, nothing. Love it. So we got that first. Now let me move this stuff all up out of the way over here.
I love that stencil.
I know. It is one of my favorites of yours. Well, I don't know. I have quite a few. I have quite a few favorites. All right. So we stenciled this. I'm going to set it to the side for now. And then now we're going to work with the stamping part of it. So again, I'm going to lay my paper down here. Okay, so there we go. Now for this is a 6-part stencil, or sorry, stamp. It's got 6 different pieces to it. So we're going to be layering it. Now for this, you need to have the lid. Okay. And I want to tell you something before I forget. The lid, when you're doing your stamping, because it comes like this, like I showed you before, when you're doing your stamping, this is the grid pattern and you can kind of hear it. Okay. Stamping, you want to flip this over and you want the smooth side down. Okay. That's just to let you know how that's going to work. All right. So we're going to start with the base stamp. And that would be this one. All right. And then I am going to slide this back into my notches here. See, let me show you. Whoops. There we go. Slide that back in so you've got your lid on. There we go. And I'm going to put the lid up there for just a sec. Okay. And then we're going to start. First of all, lay this down where you want it. And then put your top down. Pick it up. And then we're going to add the ink. Okay. So this is going to be your first layer. And again, the one thing that I love about this particular stamp set, now, as I said, this is the only one that I have so far to use with this tool, but I absolutely love it because you cannot make a mistake with this. You just can't. Trust me, I tried. All right, so we're going to flip it back and put it in. Make sure I got it in there good. Yep, there we go. All right, and then now we're just going to press. So we have our first layer down. All right, so now, see, if you miss anything, you don't worry. You just come back in, add a little bit more ink. And again, with this stamp set, because it's so, I don't know, Anne, what would you call abstract? That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
The stamp, it's so abstract that you really can't make mistakes with it. That's what I love. Okay, now, if I was using this without, if I was just using it and not showing it, I wouldn't be lifting my lid off each time that I am putting my ink on. I'm only doing that because I have to show you guys how this works. And then my table's only so big. All right. So again, I'm going to add that. And then there we go. So I have my first image. I'm not going to worry about any of that. And I'm going to set this off to the side over here. And then we're ready for the second stamp. Now this, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You can kind of eyeball just by looking at it where this goes. But that's what I love about it being with, like I said, abstract, because if you don't get it lined up perfectly, it doesn't matter. It still looks good. All right. So again, we're going to lay down this next layer. And let me see. Yeah, that looks about right. And when I'm done stamping this, I'm going to show you what I mean by not stamping the same way each time. All right. So again, Make sure that that's down, and then we're going to go to our next layer. And that is going to be this stamp pad here. Okay. This one, the first one was sweet corn, and this one is honey mustard. Okay, and then again, put our lid back on. There we go. And then you've got your next layer. Okay, so we're going to peel that one off. And then we're going to add the third layer. So let me grab these other two pads and put these over here up out of the way. There we go. And again, you can, you can kind of tell where it's going to go, but it really doesn't matter. It's your card. You can do it any way you want. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to put the lid down, pick up the stamp, and then I'm going to ink it with this next ink. This one is warm coca. And again, don't worry if you don't catch all of the names, because it's going to be on our website on Sunday. I've already done all the step out photos, so we're good to go there. All right. And again, take this down. And then we have this layer. All right, so we're done with that one. We're going to peel that one off. And now we're going to add this. Yeah. Isn't it awesome? I love, 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 love this stamp. I can't wait to use it with bright colors. All right, so I know this is like so muted for me. I had a really hard time with the muting kind of stuff, guys, because you know me, I love color. All right, so we've got the last one down for the actual flower itself. Again, we're going to pick it up with the lid. There we go. And then ink it with our last brown. There we go. But do you see how fast this goes too? And it would be much faster if I didn't have to, remove the lid each and every time. So now we're just going to add that last little bit of dark in there. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right. So now I'm going to put these guys up out of the way, because now we're going to work on the stem. All right. Let me grab these for the stem. And then also, all right, up out of the way there. Okay, so we're going to start with this one stem first. And again, I'm going to place it where I want it. And let's see, I want it down here. Okay, so I'm going to add it there. Pick it up. Let me grab a wet one real quick here. I hear Ann in the background. She's getting busy working on something. All right, so then we're going to stamp the stem, and we're going to use this lighter green first. This one is jelly bean green. Oh, how cute. All right, so we're going to ink that up. And put our lid. Oop, I didn't have it on tight enough, dang it. All right, so now I'm carefully going to add it back.
That's what we do.
Uh-huh. and pray that yeah. I didn't press down on that little one hard enough. All right, there we go. Oh, see, I didn't even need to re-ink it. Looks good. All right, so we're going to take that one off. And then next, we're going to use this other stem. But first, what I'm going to do with this one, I want just some yellow from or for the flower. And I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Make sure that really sticks on there good. Okay, so for this, I'm going to turn it to the side here. And I'm just going to ink this one little piece right here because that's the one that I want. And I'm going to do it in the yellow. But I don't want to do the whole stem. I just want to do that one little piece there. Okay, and again, we're going to stick that on there. And then that's going to add that last little bit right there of yellow. And then the last thing we're going to do is take the same stem and we're going to ink it with this darker green. And this is grass green. Yes, grass green. Okay, so we're going to stamp this up. And again, this will be our last stamp. I'm going to put that down. And then there you go. See how beautiful that is? Now, I want to show you something before we go any further.
Everyone is saying how beautiful it is, yes.
Yeah, it really is a gorgeous stamp. Okay, but I wanted to show you. Now, I don't know if you could, if you can tell the difference. But each time I stamped this, it went just a little bit differently. So that's what I'm saying as far as, you really can't make mistakes with this, which I absolutely love. So it's hard to tell, but, there is a difference. Trust me. All right. So now we're going to peel this off. And I'm going to put my tool to the side here. And put my stamp up so I don't lose it. Okay. So now we are ready to put everything together. Okay, so we are going to, oh, and I forgot to open my glue. I hate when I do that. All right. So we're going to open up my glue here real quick. There we go. Get the gunk out. I hope. All right. And then I'm going to grab my nifty little glue press over here. All right. So make sure that you have your card going in the right direction for your base. Okay. So we're just going to add this first layer. Okay. We're just going to lay that down. There we go. And now we're ready to add the rest. Okay, now I wanted to show you. Okay, so with the stencil, this is the next layer that's going to go down. I've already cut it down to the size that I needed and distressed the edges for you. Okay, so it's already done. So it's ready to be set down. I didn't think you guys would want to sit and watch me as I distress everything, because this stuff gets everywhere too when you do it. All right, so we've got the first 3 layers. Now, for the rest of it, have it all nice and nifty over here. Okay, so the rest of it, I wanted to show you first. Okay, this is the embossing folder of Eileen Hall's for Sizzix. It is so beautiful. And what I did with this was I just, excuse me, I just took my stamp pad and my little ink, or my little brush thing, and I just added some color to it. Okay, and you can see as I'm adding color how those keys just pop, right? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so for that, because I've already done it, but I still wanted to show you what it looked like. So then what I did, I have these really cool paper bags. And I love these. I have them in a few different sizes, and I absolutely love them. So what I did for this was I took the key paper and add some glue. And see, you can see here where I was trying out different colors, because that's what we do. And you always do it on the back side, so then if you don't like it, then nobody's going to see it unless I just showed you. All right. So we're going to lay this down right on top of our envelope. There we go. And then next I have this really cute tag. And again, I took the Distresser tool from Sizzix and went all the way around it. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, pretty much. And for that, you're just going to cut a little piece of ribbon. This is Gwen Studios ribbon. I love their stuff. They have such beautiful ribbon. And we're just going to fold this over so we can create a little tab for our tag. Okay, so we've got that. Now let me clean my glue off here a little bit. It says it's making a mess. All right, so then we're going to just add this to the back of our tag. And then you can do, I did a thank you for the front of it, but on the inside, then what you can do, then that's the reason why I did the tag. Then you can add a sentiment in here, or you can handwrite a little note in here, however you want to do. So you've got your thank you, your main sentiment, and then you can use your tag to add anything else you might want to add. So we're going to slide that in there. Okay, there we go. All right, and then what I did with our stamp, okay, I took our stamp here and I cut it out. Fussy cut it out. And then I went around with the dark brown cardstock that I used for my base. Okay, same color. Actually, I tried it in black first and I didn't like it because it was way too bold. This still lets the stamp be seen without overpowering the whole card. So that's, you guys have seen me layer stamps like this before. For me, it just makes them pop, and I absolutely love that. All right, so stamp this like we did, cut it out, add the brown, cut it out again, and then we're going to adhere it. So now I've got a little piece of burlap that I have here. These are actually tags, or they're supposed to be tags anyways. So we've got those, but first we're going to add this little guy. Okay, so we're going to add this, yeah, right about there. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to, well, let's layer the stamp first. All right, so we've got that. And then we're going to layer this one right up here. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to finish it off with some, you know, really cute little, with some ribbon here I'm going to show you, or trim, I should say. But first, I cut a piece of the lighter cardstock. Let me see if I wrote down the size. I don't think, oh, yes, I did. Okay, so it's 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, now you can see by the frame, this is the frame that I cut out to use with this, and you can see this is not straight, right? Because it's kind of funky. That's why it looks so good with this. So I die cut my wording out here. And then what I did with this is I just added a little bit of glue just around it. Now it's stuck. There we go. Just a little bit. And I don't even go over the whole thing. I just add just like a couple little times there, and then stick this right on top, because it's not going to fit perfectly. Okay, I need to set this down to do it. Okay, it's not going to fit perfectly. So you want to just make sure that you catch at least 2 of the edges, which is exactly what I did here. Okay. All right. And then we've got that ready. Last thing that we're going to do is add this suede trim. This is also from Gwen Studios. I really, really love this trim. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to add a couple pieces of it, because it just worked perfect with this card. I love when a card goes together. All right. And then we're just going to add that there. And then we have this other little piece right here. We're going to add this to the side. All right, we're going to add that right about there. And then the last thing that you're going to do is take some foam tape, a few layers. Let me grab mine real quick. Okay, and we're just going to add a couple layers of your foam tape just to make sure that the sentiment pops out over everything else. All right, so you're going to need 2 layers. We'll just add that second one on there and peel that off. There we go. Okay, and now you're ready for the sentiment. You're just going to take that and just plop it down. And there you go.
It's all those details.
It is all the details. I say it all the time. It's in the details. When I was looking at some of our old magazines when I did the column,
yep.
And that was the tagline for my column. It's in the details. And because that's how I feel about anything, when you're working with stamps and, well, when you're just being creative. But isn't that fun? And then, of course, you can do whatever you want to do for the inside, and then, of course, add your easel in the back there. And then, like this one, And then it's just going to sit up for you just like that. And like I said, if you add some Velcro, whoever you give this to would be able to take it off and on. And there you go. Love it. Quick, easy project with the Sizzix Stencil and Stamp Tool. Try saying that 3 times fast. So, all right. You guys, talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I switch my camera around.
Okay, so I highlighted a few things. Jeannie said, hopefully this will get me to get mine out of the box. Yes, Jeannie, you need to play. Playing is important. That's how you learn and have fun. Debbie says, it's beautiful. I wonder what it would look like in rainbow colors.
Oh, don't get me started on colors.
You're speaking Lisa's language.
Yeah.
Denise says,
I know, right?
She loves all the textures.
Oh.
And Rebecca loves the textures and the layers. And it's true. You add all those beautiful layers and it just
everything pops.
Out. You know, the one thing when you were doing that and you said they all turn out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing I can think of where they would all turn out exactly the same. If you were making a bunch and you want them all perfect, exactly the same, is to do the first layer, know exactly where you put your card base.
Right.
And do all the card bases that first layer and then do the second layer. That way it would always be the same. But with that flower, it doesn't matter. It's pretty no matter what.
You cannot make mistakes with it. And there are other stamps, although I don't have any yet. But their other stamps are pretty much the same to where, it's that abstract look and, and who cares if you get it exactly in the right spot, it doesn't matter.
For that, you're not supposed to. I mean, there are certain things you have to really.
Right. But this is not one of them. And that's what, I love because it was just so simple to, because you can line it up to a certain extent. And if you were to do it over and over again, probably by the 3rd or 4th time, you would have it down to where you would know exactly where that stamp is going to go for the next layer. But for me, it didn't matter because it just looks great just the way it is. So, it can be all different, Yeah. But yes, I definitely want to do that stamp with lots of color. Lots of color. Because I was feeling a little sad there when I couldn't use my pretty colors. But because I have been doing a lot of sunflowers lately, I wanted to show you how to do something different with sunflower besides bright yellows and, pretty colors like that. So there you go.
Turned out great.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I did not get to see any comments or questions or anything this time because I took my iPad off of my mount. So, because if not, I wouldn't have been able to do that lid up and down. That tool is absolutely amazing, you guys. If you don't have it, I suggest that you add it to your toolbox. And if you do have it, who was that? Miss Jeannie?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jeannie, you need to take it out of the box. And if you have questions, take it out, start playing with it. If you have questions, private message me. I'll answer. I'll let you know, try this, try that. But there's no mistakes to this. There really isn't. So there you go. All right. So that's it for me.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deborah, for sharing.
Oh, yes. Yay. We love, love, love when you guys share. Make sure that you hashtag Bella Crafts, okay? But we love it when you share. Okay, good girl. All right. So we're going to be back in a little over an hour.
Deborah, I love that. She said, what? People are keeping their toys in box?
No.
No, you
Yeah,
have to get them out. You have to play.
Yeah,
and just replay the videos if you need to see exactly what
how to do it.
do.
But I will tell you too, on the packaging of the stamps, it kind of shows you,
It does.
over here, the layers and stuff. It only gives you like the first 3, but actually they did it in 3 steps. I did it in 6 because you could add the stem and the base at the same time. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to separate it so you could see, all the different layers to it. But
Well,
yeah.
everybody has their own way of doing things.
Yep.
And that's fine too.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes crafting a beautiful thing because, everybody interprets it differently. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, we want you guys to come back.
Yep.
And
when? Yeah. About an hour.
In an hour.
Yeah.
We'll be back. I will be sharing the same tool, but I'll be doing a technique with it. So
there you go.
It's quick, it's easy, but good results. So you want to come back and watch again at 2 o'clock Central Time.
All right, you guys. So until then, please do what we always say. Take a little time to craft.
It's good for your soul.
It really is. All right, you guys. We'll see you back here in about an hour.
Yep. Bye everyone.